Hi everyone, I'm doing a video here showing, hopefully I'm going to be doing a two-part video showing how Barabbas is a living example of those that were in hell. How Barabbas never turned and asked Christ for forgiveness or anything like that, but Christ, because of the love of Christ, he sets him free anyway. However, we know that at the great white throne judgment, every knee will bow and confess that he is Lord. And they're going to do that because they want to, not because they have to. They're going to do it because they want to, because of the love of Christ. And in John chapter 6, we know, of course, that he's going to raise them up the last day. He'll in no wise cast them out. But anyway, the series, the two-part series, will focus on Barabbas being a representative of those that were in hell. And then the other part will consist of the children of men, or the sons of Adam, as well as the sons of the wicked, or children of the wicked. Those would be direct representatives of those of the thieves that were on the cross. So anyway, I hope this video ministers to you and edifies you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave me any questions or concerns or comments, and I'll be more than happy to address them. Nevertheless, have yourself a blessed day in the Lord. Thanks for watching.
We see the story of Jesus going to the cross, and everything seems to kind of be hand in hand. And then there's this one character that seems to interrupt the narrative. His name's Barabbas. We don't even know much about him except that he's a murderer, a leader of an insurrection, a rebel. And why he's even mentioned, sometimes I'm not so sure. It's like, what? This is about Jesus going to the cross. So in this moment, Pilate thinks, I hold the destinies of these two men in my hand. I know the Jews have a tradition that on a holy day, I will release one of the prisoners on death row. Pilate stands on this audacious stage, who now presents Jesus, Son of the living God, versus Barabbas, the thug and rebel. He says, all right, who do you want? This is blasphemy. This has gone too far. There's no comparison. This is a rightful prisoner, a man who should be on death row. He's a rebel against Rome. He leads a rebellion. He murders people. He's a bad man. He's a thug and he's a crook. He deserves the chains and he deserves the crucifixion.
Isaiah 61:1 says, "The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound." Barabbas was bound. He was held captive in prison. And it was the love of Christ that set him free.
The Roman soldiers come up and they put the key in and they unlock Barabbas from his chains and shackles, and he walks down the platform, welcomed by all of his thug friends. Yeah, the people love me. Yeah, that's right. I don't even know who this Jesus guy is, but all I know is my people love me. There seems to be no conscience in Barabbas. There's no record of him turning to Jesus and saying, I owe you everything now, for you have set me free. No, I don't see any of that in Barabbas. And God knew that. Jesus stood there, silent, for he knew the will of the Father. He said, it's fine, Father. Let him have Barabbas. For Jesus knew that the Father would have to treat Jesus like Barabbas so he could treat Barabbas like Jesus. Barabbas thought it was the people that set him free. No, 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 no. It was the love of a heavenly Father. I love him. But God, he's a bad man. I love him. And I wanted him to go free. But didn't you know that he probably would have never acknowledged the free gift? Yeah, but I love Barabbas. For while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God sent his son for Barabbas, even the one he knew would walk away from Jesus and his freedom.